So today we have the Vicrez Auto Care Headlight Pro Restoration Kit. And this kit includes the step 1, which is the sand and polish solution. And then the step 2, which is the surface activator. And then step 3, which is the UV block clear coating. Also includes some microfiber cloth. And it's kind of, and we also have this like sponge applicator. Also, it comes with 2 sets of plastic gloves, so you can use it if you don't want the solution to touch your hands. So the process for this is very simple. The first step, you want to sand and polish. So right here we have the drill and the sanding pad attaching the Velcro with the 220 sanding grit level. But you can also do this by hand, but with the drill it's definitely much easier. Like I said, you want to work your way up the numbers. So start from the lowest number first and work your way up. So right now we have the 200. And after that, we also have the 400, and then last we have is 1,500. And for this, we're just gonna use water to sand it with. So attach the pad on, wet it a little bit. All right, so we just finished using the 200 sanding. Now we're gonna move up to the 400. So the same process. You just attach this onto your drill bit, and you want to sand it evenly. All right, so after we use the 400 and after you see how it's kind of cloudy like this, you want to move up the fineness of the sandpaper. So we're going to move out to 1,500. So the 1,500, we're going to do this by hand. So you just want to kind of wet your paper, your sandpaper a little bit, and you're just going to scrub it. Alright, so after you sanding everything down, so we just use the 1,500 right here to sand it down. You can see it's still pretty cloudy, so we're gonna apply the sand and polish to kind of clear it all up. So we have the blue sponge here provided. We just want to apply it directly and just kind of smear it evenly across. All right, so after we sanded, we applied the sand and polishing step 1 solution on it. After that, you want to wait at least like 10 to 15 minutes to kind of let it dry a little bit. And after that, we're gonna use like a softer pad, kind of like to buff it out. So this is what we're doing right now. It's the same thing. It's a really soft pad like this. You just attach it on the same drill bit that we have, and we're just gonna buff it out. All right, so we just did the first layer of buffing it out. Now we're gonna do another layer with the same process and step. We're gonna apply the sand and polishing step 1 solution onto the sponge. The first one actually cleared out a little bit, but we're gonna hit it another time just to clear it a little bit more. So it's the same process as before. You just wanna grab the sand and polish step 1 solution, apply it onto the sponge. So after buffing the headlights, we did it about 2 to 3 times. We're gonna move on. As you can see, it's starting to become more clear now. So now we can move on to step 2, which is surface activator. And this is gonna help clear up the rest of the cloudiness and the fogginess. And this is gonna make more clarity and make it more shining. As well as remove any dirt that was on here before. So the process is very simple. You just wanna use the surface activator to spray it directly onto the headlight and wipe it with a microfiber cloth after. Alright, so after step 2, we just spray the surface activator, wipe it down. We'll move on to step 3, which is the UV block clear coating. And by applying this is going to give the headlight a good coating that can protect you from UV lights. So if you see your headlight before has that yellow discoloring, that's probably from the sun, from the UV. And by applying this onto the headlights, it's going to prevent the headlights from discoloring from the UV lights. So you just want to open the cap, kind of dab it and sprinkle on the cloth, and we're just gonna wipe it on and give it a good coating on the headlights. Alright, so I'm gonna do another layer. Just gonna sprinkle a little bit onto the microfiber cloth. Alright, so we just clean and polish and restore our 2 headlights with our Vicrez Auto Care Headlight Pro Restoration Kit. As you can see, the difference is pretty drastic. We got all the yellow gunk from before. The top, you can clearly see from the before, the top half of both headlights were kind of yellow and discolored. So after using the Headlight Pro Kit, we managed to get that all off. The discoloring from the UV lights going to be protected, so you're not going to get the discoloring for a decent while. And also with the UV coating that we added on in our 3rd step, we prevented it from discoloring like that yellow gunk we had before. So after that, you'll be good on the UV light for a while.